Almost had a heart attack.
Welcome to Statesboro, Georgia, in what many refer to as the prettiest little stadium in America and home to the Georgia Southern Eagles. But trust me, it can get a little ugly if you come in here and you're not an Eagle. Kennesaw State ready to kick it off and get this game going. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Kennesaw State Owls offense will get the first swing of the game. And here he comes. This offense is built completely around the talents of this running back, a rare commodity in today's game, and all eyes are on him.
And the defense knows it too. You know every single snap, this defense is going to be keying on this running back, knowing that he is the key to the offense's success.
To the ground with the back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
Oh, that's good defense.
Go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Eagles offense will try to get something going with their first possession. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground. And they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. A lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. And here comes the offense on second down. Lewis to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. That last completion sets him up on second down. He's looking to throw. And they're not on the
That
same
is a
page there.
discommunication if I ever saw
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. Looking to throw it again. Buys a little time with his feet. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Full snap.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
How do you catch?
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump them the football, let them make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Out of the gun to give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
Fires to the big fella. Really confident.
It's two catches.
There. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the soft spot.
They got good rushing defense.
Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella. Finally out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Snags it. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
4th and 1, I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the first down, no matter.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Owls. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because
14-3. How is East Carolina better?
It's Wade. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football.
And they got him for the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Lewis wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. At the end of the quarter, it's Kennesaw State on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats.
Everyone got a bye week?
First down to start the drive after the break. Give to the running back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game
Take a
now,
breather.
but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They could throw it. They could run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Tackled after picking up the first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back searching for a hole. Got some room headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Kennesaw State has a chance now on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does.
That's
Touchdown, Owls.
13-0. Now 14-0.
Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you wanted. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
How about the defender being
Oh,
a
shoot.
seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Lewis to throw. Now improvising. He's going to run it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. Looking to scramble. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way.
Very nice, Flory.
After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Here's the handoff. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading.
And he reels it in inside the 30. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. First and 10 from the 24. Finds his back in the middle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Really nice job by the running back setting up that angle route. He's making it look like he's running to the flat, and then he puts his foot in the ground, cuts back across the defender's face, and makes himself an easy target for the quarterback.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On first down, here comes this offense. Wants to go up top. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
He's got the back in the middle. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and 1.
Oh, we missed.
Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. Lewis wants to pass. He's got it. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Power football with the run. They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. He's going to pass. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. They'll have
They're not
just
going
enough
full
time to get
sugar.
one more snap before the half. Wants to fire on second down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Kennesaw State ready to kick it off to start things here in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The 42-yard field goal that was no good gives them the ball back at the 25-yard line. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got an open man. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. On the ground, it's Fuentes.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He'll try it again. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Back to the ground with the running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Looking to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away.
Oh.
Fair catch called for, but a flag is on the field. Let's see what that's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. They go to the ground. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you gotta have bounce. Can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Out of the backfield, he's open. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. This Kennesaw State offense is on the move.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to the back. Going to be a
Let
gain
me
of about 3 down to the 21. You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? From the gun, wants to pass. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Kennesaw State. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
At the 40, there he goes. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
That's not very good.
Catch, a really good example of why coaches don't
How are you 2-1?
get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Line getting set on second down. Lewis to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Okay,
After
never
an
mind.
abysmal first half, goose egg on the scoreboard. The offense trying to find itself. It's first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That was a hard tackle.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the running back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. And the Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Makes his connection. And the ball's on the ground. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The give to the tailback. Gives him a little breathing room, picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A 3rd down try for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. At the end of the quarter, it's Kennesaw State on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Going up top on 1st down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harris. Fights off a defender. And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. Georgia Southern will snap it in the red zone. On second down, looking again to throw. He wants it all. And the pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. The big pickup on first down.
I'm giving him the rest of the night off.
Second and 1. They'll go to the ground. And with that, the chain gang will get busy. First down, Kennesaw State.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll try the run. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18.
Damn, good job, freshman.
Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Got a man, it's Fuentes. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them the first down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Wants to throw on first down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Now they've got to hustle to the line.
That was a hard tackle.
Lewis wants to pass. He finds his man. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. He wants to throw. Makes the catch. It's Hodges. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. The Eagles will snap it on first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Eagles. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch